Chivalry 2 is awesome. Yes, you heard it right. Chivalry 2 is right now out on Steam, and this is the Tenosian Update. Now I've been given access, well not access, I did gain access to the game, and what I've tried of this game was really great, but I was waiting for the Tenosian Update to come, and the Tenosian Update is fun. You know, it has new maps, new weapons, new customizable armor sets, etc. There's a lot of things going on play here, and I like Mordor. I really do like Mordor, and I wish it had more players. I also like Chivalry 2. Chivalry 2 is a really fun game to play, and the Tenosian Update really represents what this game can achieve in the future. I would seriously love them maybe to explore more cultures in the future, maybe more Japanese or Chinese cultures, maybe the Indians cultures, maybe do African cultures, especially North Africa. Still relatively new to Chivalry 2, but I'm loving it already. You know, I've had some insane fights. I've been fighting, you know, the all 64 player mode. I've been doing sieges. I've been doing all sorts of battles, and really all I want from this update is just this. More desert maps, and the music for this game is really fantastic, which I will go on a bit later. But let's just have a look at what the new battle maps you can play in. I really liked the breach of Bawdyn. You know, you had to basically go through the town's gates and markets, but I did feel it was a bit small. I feel the map could have been a bit bigger. There could have been more multiple defenses, but you know, it's a really good map. Of course, you have to push the siege rams to the walls, destroy ballistas and catapults, and have loads of fun while capturing the market and taking control of the town hall, and then pushing the bombards and load them. You know, it's really fun to play. I really enjoyed most of the map. I think there were a couple of two, three areas that weren't really needed, and maybe they could have gone for some hills in this Breach of Bawdyn map. They could have had some oases. They could have had some other more stuff in the map. I think for a basic town, it's fine. You know, it's not like a big map, but it does the job really good. And I think we need more maps like this, more player-led objective style maps. I really think that would be fantastic. But I didn't feature any cavalry waves. Like big cavalry waves. I'm not sure if I did on that one. Then you have the Razing of Askandir. And Askandir is a fantastic map. I really think they really need to expand this map, because you have the library and you have the lighthouse, right? But I really feel we're missing more of the city inside. You know, I think they can really expand Askandir. They can make it really big as in the sense like add in more Tenosian maps, right? I really think that's what the update in the future, whenever more updates are coming, they really need to add this, you know, because the lighthouse is really fun, and I really love those guys. You know, when you fight against the enemy and they bring petards, and there's smoke and fire, and there's, you know, combat, and there's so much wild stuff going on, you know. You know, you have to take control of the bridges and the city columns. What they showed in the trailer is pretty much in the game. And kudos to Thornbanner Studios for making an absolutely excellent choice. You know, because this is inspired, I think, by revelations from, well, Istanbul or Constantinople. I really think they need to expand more areas of the city, give us more objectives, you know. I really think they could add a bit more in it, you know. Like once you go into the library, right? And you're basically burning the library's bookshelves. That's already burned. There's not much of a, you know, everybody's burning it beforehand. So if you're going to attack that library, I think they could do some outer defenses, inner defenses. They could expand areas here and there, in my opinion. But the cavalry waves are really nice. I really think that we could go more into the city. You know, there's the Imperial Palace. What about the Governor's Courtyard? Askandir could have a lot more in it, in my opinion. Think they could do a day, night. Well, no, I really think they could go for a day, morning, or, you know, doing midday or even afternoon. I think what could also really be nice is maybe have some rain, maybe have blistering heat or a sandstorm. In fact, there's no sandstorm mode in this game yet for the Tenosian update. So if we have any of these settings, I think that would be really great. There's a dark cold night. I really wish that the Tenosian maps also had a day-night cycle, more variety of weather settings, But the desert match is really fun. I really wish I could have more statues, more pillars, more abandoned ruins. Maybe add some mythology from Sumeria, Mesopotamia, Have us fight against all of this, because with this Tenosian update, you can bring, a lot more influences from other cultures like Mesopotamia or ancient Egypt. I would really love an ancient Egypt update. What if the ancient Egyptians had basically survived to the medieval era? That would be really fun. That'd be cool. What if the Romans were brought into this? Of course, this game does have its objective lore and story, but to bring all other style of factions would be really cool. And lots of cavalry support, and I love the way cavalry fight in this game, but cavalry is a bit hard, and I'm not sure really how to move the horse around too much, because you're really pressing WASD, but at the same time you're trying to attack here and there. It's very confusing, but it's amazing at the same time. I wasn't that impressed with the charge of Warding Glade, because that's more like the introductory map, but it does have cavalry support, so that's great. But I really wish this update had more Tenosian maps, more weather settings. That's just my opinion, and I'm going to be playing a lot more Chivalry 2. All I want is more content in this game, because I'm really loving the way Torn Banner Studios is playing this game. Sorry, not playing, but making the game. But I'm not an expert in terms of how the tournaments, well, not tournaments exactly, but how exactly the modes are fought. I will make sure that I get to know which modes are great, which modes are not. But, it reminds you a lot of For Honor, it reminds you a lot of Mordor, but you really need to play the Tenosian update. And finally, on the last thing that we need to talk about is the music. Have you heard? Just listen to the music right now. Okay, so once you've listened to the music, you're going to be thinking, wow, this music is so good. J.D. Spears, who is the composer for the Chivalry 2 soundtrack, has done a fantastic job, and I assume that he has done the music for the Tenosian update, because I am requesting him, please upload the soundtrack on YouTube. I just want to listen to the music. It's so fantastic, and I really urge the Chivalry 2 developers, please give us an option to basically listen to the soundtrack or buy the soundtrack. It would be really awesome. I'd be willing to pay for it, because I really wanted to know update music. Never have I heard such tremendous music that makes you want to play and fight in the battlefield as Tenosia. Tenosia, well, whatever it is. I'm really impressed, and I really wish there was a photo mode or some option to pause, and maybe an option to allow us to make cinematics in some way. But look, there is one thing. The new maps of the Tenosians are not playable in offline mode. So please fix that. And please bring us more Tenosian update maps. But look, it was released on Epic. As in my final concluding thoughts, it was released on Epic basically a year ago. So I don't think I think that sort of impacted the game in a way. But now with Steam, when I launched, there were 6,000 people playing. 6,000. So I think this game has a lot to offer. There's a lot more content that's going to come down the line. I really am impressed with it. I'm happy with it. I really like the game. This is a solid game that you really have to purchase, even if it is a bit expensive at launch. But you can always get it on discount on Epic. Really fantastic game. Go ahead, buy this game. You will not regret it.